Well, the Gold Coast now, where something is lurking deep beneath Evandale Lake. Experts are yet to find out. For more on the mysterious sightings.
Mutated jaws, frightening features, and appearances that defy explanations. Are these anomalies, or should we call them the terrors of the sea?
There's a straight giant gecko in the water.
Because what you're about to see is going to give you chills. So stay tuned. Scary hand. A group of friends went fishing in a river that everyone avoided at night, believing something lived there that might get disturbed. These friends didn't believe the stories and decided to go anyway, enjoying the night. Everything seemed fine until one friend had his hand in the water. Suddenly, a scary creature's hand reached out and tried to grab him. Luckily, he pulled away in time. The creature's hand looked so powerful and terrifying that if it had caught him, it could have pulled him underwater instantly. Terrified, the friends quickly left, probably having learned their lesson about the river's mysterious dangers. Mysterious beings. A greedy fisherman went out to the river late at night, hoping to catch as many fish as possible, even though it was forbidden. He managed to catch plenty, but as he was heading back, he noticed some fish swimming near his boat. Thinking he could feed them, he threw a fish their way. That's when things took a terrifying turn. The fish's eyes started glowing, and their creepy smiles made him realize they were something else. He was filled with fear and quickly left before anything else could happen. Hopefully, he learned his lesson. Unexpected catch. This man in Indonesia went into the river to cool off because it was too hot. Little did he know that he was about to discover something he could never have imagined. As he waded into the water, he first thought he saw a wooden lodge, but when he fully pulled it out of the water, he realized it looked like the remains of some strange creature. He had no idea what it was, so he left it there. I believe he should have observed it more carefully, though. Lightning eel. This man went fishing with his friends in Hawaii. They were excited for the day ahead, but the first catch they pulled up left them speechless. It was a strange eel, glowing with blue light and emitting a current that they couldn't explain. The sight of it stunned them, and none of them dared to touch it. It didn't look like any eel they had seen before. It seemed like something rare, possibly even from deep within the ocean. Realizing how unusual and mysterious it was, they made the decision to release it back into the water, believing that it was the right thing to do. It was an experience they'd never forget. Unidentified catch.
Ma, you see this? No.
Fishermen often catch things they can't explain, and one such unusual catch left a group of fishermen puzzled. They were expecting a big fish, but what they pulled out was something entirely different. It was a small creature with a strange mouth and unusual legs, unlike anything they had seen before. They observed it for a while, trying to understand what it could be, but it didn't make sense. Eventually, they decided to release it back into the water, leaving its true nature a mystery.
Holy shit! What the hell is that?
What is happening?
Strange being.
There's a straight giant gecko in the water.
A tourist in Scotland went to explore a beautiful stream. While enjoying the view, he noticed something strange in the water. A strange being was there, and it looked like it was eating something. The tourist had no idea what it could be, so he recorded a video and shared it online, where people shared different opinions. Some believed it was a baby Loch Ness monster, while others thought it might be a strange type of lizard. The mystery of what the creature truly was remains unsolved, leaving everyone curious about what was spotted in the stream.
Oh, just open his mouth.
Mystery in water. A man was exploring the woods when he lost his way and ended up near a river. As he stood there, he noticed something unusual. Curiosity led him closer to the water, where he spotted a dark creature's head. The moment the creature noticed the man approaching, it quickly vanished into the water. If the creature had stayed a little longer, he might have figured out what it was. But whatever it was, one thing was clear. It was far from normal. Mistakenly caught. A group of fishermen were pulling their nets when they accidentally caught a giant whale shark. It was angry, struggling hard to free itself from the boat. Despite not wanting to catch it, the fishermen had no choice but to try and handle the situation. After a long struggle, the whale shark finally relaxed. The fishermen, exhausted but relieved, carefully put it back into the water, watching as it swam away. The experience left them amazed, realizing how powerful and determined it was. Mysterious creature. Some encounters aren't meant to be explained, they're just witnessed. This is what happened to a young boy when he went to pick up his soccer ball near a swamp. Suddenly, a strange creature emerged, looking like a baby Loch Ness monster. It didn't fully come out of the water, so there was no certainty about what it was. The boy was shocked, but kept observing it. Then, the creature went back into the water and was never seen again. Maybe some mysteries are simply meant to remain unexplained. Scary chase. A fisherman returning late at night suddenly felt something was near his boat. At first, he thought it might be a seal, but as he looked closer, he realized it was something entirely different. A strange, dark figure with glowing eyes was following his boat. Terrified, he increased the boat's speed to get away, but the creature stayed dangerously close. It followed him for a long time, keeping pace no matter how fast he went. Just when he thought it wouldn't stop, the creature finally turned back and disappeared into the sea depths. Shaken by the encounter, the fisherman couldn't help but wonder what it was. The sea, it seems, hides mysteries beyond our understanding. Human face fish. A local man was walking by a river in a small town in Mexico late one evening when he noticed something strange. A fish was swimming closer to the riverbank, but it didn't look like any fish he had ever seen before. As he got closer, he was shocked to see that it had a human-like face. He quickly turned around, running away from the river, terrified that the strange creature might be some sort of cursed being. He feared that if he stayed there, he might suffer the same fate and be turned into a fish. Mysterious encounter. A group of tourists in Canada were exploring a lake when they suddenly noticed something unusual. From the water, a strange stick-like thing emerged, moving in and out of the lake. It was hard to understand what it was. Was it a body part of some creature? If so, why wasn't the rest of it showing? Maybe it had a long nose or horns, but no one could be sure. The sight left them confused, wondering about the mystery beneath the water's surface. What could it have been? It remains an unanswered question, adding to the many secrets of the deep. Brave friends. In a small town in Indonesia, locals were disturbed by a strange, dark creature spotted in the river. It caused fear among the people, so a group of friends decided to investigate. They secretly hid behind trees, waiting for the creature to appear. After a while, it emerged from the water, moving strangely. The group quickly jumped into action, trying to capture it. The creature, dark and hairy, fought back, leading to a long struggle. After some time, the friends managed to grab hold of it. The strange being was no longer a threat, and the friends could take a deep breath, knowing they solved the mystery. Unidentified being. A local in Portugal was passing by a river when he noticed something unusual. At first, he thought it was a strange fish coming out of the water and moving toward the land. But when he looked closer, he was shocked because it was unlike anything he had seen before. Unsure of what it was, he recorded a video and shared it online. People had mixed opinions. Some believed it was a strange bird without legs, while others thought it was a fish that looked like paper. However, no one could say for sure what it really was. The mysterious creature left everyone puzzled and curious about its true identity. Lucky escaped. This group of experts were exploring the sea on their boat, but they soon realized it was too late and they should head back. Just as they were thinking this, one of them noticed something rising behind him. As he looked back, a strange, scary hand from a creepy creature reached out, trying to grab him. He barely escaped but caught a glimpse of the creature, which looked like something from another world. Terrified, they quickly left, realizing that the sea isn't just home to marine life. Some creatures beyond imagination also live there. Faceless fish. In a small village in Vietnam, a local was walking by the river when he saw something strange in the water. As he got closer, he realized it was a headless fish, swimming casually as if nothing was wrong. He was shocked and couldn't believe his eyes. The fish swam around for a while, completely calm, before it suddenly disappeared into the water, vanishing without a trace. The man stood there completely puzzled, wondering what he had just witnessed. It left him with more questions than answers about the mysterious creature he had seen in the river. Loch Ness mystery. A group of fishermen in Indonesia spotted something strange in the river. At first, they thought it might be a big fish, so they went closer to catch it. But when they got near, they were shocked. It didn't look like a fish at all. It seemed more like a Loch Ness monster. The creature stayed there for a while, moving slowly through the water. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, it disappeared. The fishermen were left in shock, puzzled by what they had just witnessed. The mystery of what they saw in the river remains unsolved. Strange being. An expert was observing the river flow when he suddenly noticed something strange approaching. At first, he thought it might be a horse, but as it got closer, he realized it was something completely unusual. The creature was unlike anything he had seen before. It quickly dove into the water before he could get a proper look. The expert tried to make sense of what he had witnessed, but it remained a mystery. A lean fish. A man was fishing alone on his boat when he suddenly felt something swimming nearby. Thinking it might be a fish, he looked closely and was shocked to see something completely unusual. It was a fish with huge teeth and big, dark eyes, unlike anything he had ever seen before. It seemed almost alien, as if it didn't belong in the river. The man couldn't believe his eyes, unsure of what he had just witnessed. Before he could properly observe it, the strange fish swam away into the depths of the water. The encounter left him confused and wondering what kind of creature he had just come across, leaving behind a sense of mystery. Demon. A group of friends were passing by a river when they noticed a dog struggling to get out. As they got closer, they were shocked to find that it wasn't just a dog. It was being tormented by a horned demon. The friends quickly decided to help and threw stones at the creature. The plan worked, and the demon retreated back into the water. The dog was rescued, but the demon's identity remained a mystery. They couldn't explain what they had seen, leaving the whole experience filled with uncertainty. Giant Venom. A vlogger in Michigan went to explore the woods and spotted a beautiful stream of water. Feeling thirsty, he decided to get closer and drink some water. But as soon as he stepped closer, something completely unexpected happened that left him in shock. A creepy, giant, venom-like creature suddenly emerged from the water, moving swiftly toward the woods. It was unlike anything he had ever seen before. The creature's dark, eerie presence made it seem like a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie. Terrified, the vlogger quickly ran back. Luckily, the creature didn't notice him, or else he might not have lived to share this terrifying experience. Mysterious being. A tourist in New York visited Brooklyn Bridge Park late at night to enjoy the sea view. Everything seemed normal until he noticed something unusual in the water. At first, it looked like a fish, maybe a big eel coming up to the surface. But as he looked closer, it turned out to be something else entirely. It appeared to be a sea monster with a strange head and a long neck, like a baby Loch Ness creature. Terrified it might attack, he quickly stepped back and decided to leave the area. The mysterious creature left him wondering if he had just witnessed something extraordinary in the water. Strange bubbling. A tourist in Brazil was exploring the sea on a paddleboard, enjoying the peaceful view. Little did he know, something unusual was about to happen. Suddenly, strange bubbling started near his boat, as if a mysterious creature was close by. Though nothing appeared in front of him, he took it as a warning and quickly left the area. The true nature of what happened remains a mystery, as no one ever figured out exactly what it was. Tiny mermaid skeleton. A group of friends decided to camp in the woods. One of them went to the nearby river to fetch some water. While there, he noticed something strange that changed his beliefs. Beneath a stone, he discovered a tiny, strange skeleton. Curious, he picked it up and was shocked to realize it looked like a miniature mermaid. He had no idea how it ended up there. Fearing the unknown, he decided to leave it where he found it. He quickly returned to his friends, unsure of what to make of the bizarre discovery. Unusual manta ray. A man went to explore the deep sea, enjoying the peaceful view. Suddenly, he noticed something rising from the water. At first, it looked like a manta ray, but it wasn't ordinary. It was big, white, and glowing slightly, making it seem otherworldly. He couldn't understand how such a creature could exist. The mysteries of the sea are far from being fully explored, and this was one more reminder that we know so little about what lies beneath. Mysterious catch. A group of experts believed there was a strange fish in the Amazon River. They set out to catch it, and after a long struggle, they finally managed to catch it. The creature was big, with an unusual, strange face and a mermaid-like tail, nothing they had seen before. It struggled to escape, but they held on to it. They took it with them, but since then, it was never seen again. Probably used now for scientific experiments. Strange ropes. A student was passing by the sea when he noticed a man lying in an unusual way, trying to grab something that looked like long, black ropes. He had no idea what it was, or why the man was in such a risky position, trying to catch it. The scene seemed strange and possibly dangerous, like something out of a horror story, maybe even related to Venom. Feeling scared, the student quickly left the area, unsure of what he had just witnessed, but certain that it was something he didn't want to get involved with. Extinct being. A local in Portugal was recording the sea view when something unexpected happened. A strange being jumped out of the water and was luckily caught on camera. It looked like a dinosaur, and the local was unsure of what it was. He shared the video online, where people had different opinions. Some believed it was a dinosaur that had never gone extinct and was secretly living deep in the sea, while others thought it could be a new species. Similar to a dinosaur, the mystery remains, leaving everyone wondering what it truly was. Scary encounter. An old fisherman on a poor quality boat was out in the deep sea late at night, with a cold breeze making it even harder to return quickly. Suddenly, something unusual happened. A bizarre creature appeared near his boat, as large as a shark. For a few seconds, it raised its face above the water, revealing scaly, glowing eyes. That was enough to terrify the fisherman. He was sure it was a deep-sea monster. Fearing for his life, he quickly turned his boat around and moved as quickly as possible, hoping he'd never see that creature again. Giant serpent. In Thailand, heavy rains caused a river to overflow and flood a small village. But it wasn't just water that arrived. Along with the flood, a giant anaconda appeared. Its swollen belly suggested it had just eaten a huge meal nearby. Luckily, the snake slithered away without causing any much harm. The villagers were relieved, as things could have been much worse. Strange encounter. A local in Peru came to a river and noticed something strange in the water. At first, he thought it was a fish, but when he looked closely, he got shocked. It was something he had never seen before. It went near the pipe and seemed like it was trying to drink water. To his surprise, he saw 2 hands on its face, using the pipe to drink. After drinking, it went back into the water and disappeared. He couldn't understand what it was, and no one saw it again. The strange being left a mystery that no one could explain. Lucky escape. A group of friends went fishing and caught a huge fish, surely their catch of the day. They took pictures with it, and everything seemed fine. But things took a scary turn. Behind them, there was a strange creature they hadn't noticed before. They only realized it when they uploaded the picture online. People commented, pointing out a strange creature in the background with glowing eyes. The discovery shocked them, and they felt lucky to have left safely. It was a close call, and the mystery of the being remained unsolved. Loch Ness encounter. A group of experts set out to research the Loch Ness monster. Dividing into 2 boats, they headed straight to the area where they believed it might be found. After spending a long time there with no sightings, they decided to return. But just as one boat was about to leave, something unexpected happened. The legendary Loch Ness monster appeared, swimming slowly near the boat. Surprisingly, the expert on board stayed calm, which shocked everyone else. They watched in silence, careful not to disturb the mysterious being. The team returned, amazed by the encounter, leaving the creature undisturbed in its habitat. Creepy encounter. A local man was feeding fish by the river when he saw something strange coming closer. At first, he thought it was a normal alligator, but as he looked closer, he realized it was something totally different. The creature had glowing eyes, and its body, partly visible in the water, looked a bit like a dinosaur. It stayed still, watching him with a creepy stare that made him nervous. Feeling scared, the man quickly grabbed his things and left the place. He had no idea what the creature was, and the whole experience left him shaken. To this day, the it remains a mystery. Massive swordfish. A group of workers was busy catching as many fish as they could when something unexpected happened. They accidentally captured a giant swordfish. The workers were shocked by its massive size, unlike anything they had ever seen before. Unfortunately, it wasn't alive when they caught it. If it had been, they would have put it back into the water. This rare encounter left them amazed and wondering about the mysteries of the sea. Dragon. If you think dragons only lived in caves, you might be wrong. Have a look at this. A man was sitting by the riverbank in a small village in Vietnam. Suddenly, there was a huge splash in the water. What happened next was beyond anything he could have imagined. Yes, a dragon emerged from the water. It stayed there for a short moment before quickly disappearing back into the depths. The man was left shocked and scared, struggling to believe what he had just witnessed. The experience left him speechless and puzzled. Swamp monster. A group of workers were cleaning a water swamp when they suddenly felt movement around them. A huge, dark monster with long, sharp teeth. Surprisingly, they stood their ground, watching it cautiously. The creature stayed for a while, observing everything around, and then quietly went back into the swamp. Realizing the situation could take a dangerous turn, the workers decided to leave the area. It turned out to be the right call, as staying any longer might have put them in harm's way. One-eye fish. This fisherman was calmly enjoying his time on his boat when suddenly a big fish swam toward him. As it got closer, he realized it was a poonfish. But when he tried to grab it, he was shocked to see it had only one eye in the middle of its forehead. Before he could react, the fish quickly escaped from his hands. Perhaps it was just passing by and decided to say hi. He couldn't quite figure out what had happened, but the strange encounter left him with more questions than answers. Huge catch. A fisherman in a Russian river had an unbelievable catch one day. As he pulled up his line, he felt an immense weight, and when he finally got it to the surface, he was shocked. It was a gigantic catfish, so massive it was bigger than him. Its sheer size and power stunned him, and for a moment, he couldn't believe his eyes. After taking a few moments to admire his catch, the fisherman realized he couldn't keep it, so he gently returned it to the river, feeling lucky to have witnessed such a rare moment. Monster! Locals in a small town in Portugal were shocked one day when they saw something out of this world in the river. It had big claws and an unusual head, with the rest of its body in the water. The sight terrified everyone who witnessed it. No one could figure out what it was or where it came from. The mysterious creature didn't stay long, disappearing just as quickly as it appeared. Despite the fear it caused, no one ever saw it again. The incident left the town puzzled, and the creature became a strange, unsolved mystery that people still talk about to this day. Unidentified creatures. A worker was cleaning the river when he noticed something unusual. Strange little creatures were swimming in the water, moving as if they had wings. He had never seen anything like them before. Curious and eager to capture them, he returned the next day. But to his surprise, the creatures were gone. No trace of them remained, leaving him puzzled. The mystery of what he had seen that day remained unsolved, and the strange creatures were never spotted again. Unidentified being. In October, a strange creature was seen swimming in the waters off BC, Canada, leaving people puzzled. Some thought it was a strange river creature, while others believed it was an otherworldly being. The creature appeared to be floating downstream, but no one could figure out exactly what it was. Could it be a new species, or is it something beyond our understanding? The mystery of this creature remains unsolved. Humanoid figure. A vlogger went to explore the woods, but accidentally went too deep. There, he spotted an attractive waterfall and decided to observe it. Suddenly, something unusual happened. A dark humanoid figure emerged from the waterfall. It seemed to notice the vlogger, and as quickly as it appeared, it vanished back behind the water. The vlogger couldn't believe what he had just seen, but one thing was certain. Something unusual was happening behind that waterfall. The mystery of what lies behind it remains unsolved. Let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. Sea mysteries are endless, with so much still hidden beneath its depths. A group of fishermen were pulling up their net, hoping to capture a good haul of fish. But this time, they found something they never expected. Along with the fish, there was something terrifying trapped in the net. A monster, angry and thrashing, attempted to attack them. In a rush, the fishermen released the net, and the creature fell back into the water. They couldn't clearly see what it was, but the shape of its hands gave them the idea that it was a monster. Since then, they've been extra cautious when fishing, but that strange creature was never seen again.